F1 record held by Lewis Hamilton. First off, let's start with the records that's to do with entries and starts and finishes and classifications and stuff like yon. Hamilton has the record for the most consecutive race starts, starting every single race he entered from his debut until the 2020 Bahrain Grand Prix, the very next race, the Sakir Grand Prix, being the only race he's missed in his career due to COVID. But he still has the record for the missed race starts with a single constructor, having started 236 races with Mercedes, but with the Mercedes engine, he has started all 346 races he has done. Also a record. He's got the record for the missed front row starts in F1 history at 176, which is 50.8% of the races he has done. He started from first or second, and he has claimed the most front row starts in a rookie season, starting on the front row 12 times in 2007. Hamilton's got the record for the missed consecutive race finishes and classifications, a run that started with the 2018 British Grand Prix and ended with the 2020 Bahrain Grand Prix, another record that was ended with his bout of COVID. He scored 3 Grand Slams in 2017, a record he had with Alberto Ascari in 1952, Jim Clark in 1963, and Nigel Mansell in 1992. And 2017 was also the first of 12 seasons where he finished every single race, the other being 2019, and that equates to 12 seasons finishing every race, which is a record. And not to mention, he has also won the most Hawthorne Memorial trophies, taking the award 12 times. And finally, Lewis Hamilton has got the longest Formula 1 career of a British driver at 17 years, 4 months and 10 days. Onwards to pole position records. Hamilton has the most pole positions in F1 history with 104 pole positions. He's managed to nab pole at 30 different Grand Prix and at 32 different circuits, with his most successful pole circuit being the Hungaroring / the Hungarian Grand Prix, having taken pole at this circuit and Grand Prix 9 times. The Hungaroring really is his stomping ground. The British Grand Prix has also proved very successful for Hamilton in qualifying, taking pole there 7 times, which is a record for the most poles at a driver's home Grand Prix. At the 2020 Italian Grand Prix, Hamilton set the record for the fastest ever pole / qualifying lap in F1, with his pole position lap having an average speed of 264.362 kilometers an hour, which is fast. He also has the record for the most poles in a driver's rookie season, taking the P1 starting spot 6 times in 2007, a year which was the start of a 15-season run of claiming at least 1 pole position every year. His latest pole at the 2023 Hungarian Grand Prix then meant he'd claimed at least 1 pole in 16 seasons, which is also a record. And then finally, and this one's a given when you consider his skill in qualifying, the length of his career, Lewis Hamilton has the record for the longest time between his first pole and his most recent pole, with there being 5,887 days between his first pole at the 2007 Canadian Grand Prix and his most recent at the aforementioned 2023 Hungarian Grand Prix. Now on to the records to do with the race lead. Lewis Hamilton has led at least 1 lap in 188 of his 346 races, which is a record. That is 54.3% of the races he's done, which is mad. He's also, unsurprisingly, led the most laps in Formula 1 at 5,470. And he also has led the longest distance, having been in the lead for 27,865 kilometers. Hamilton has led the most laps of the Sam circuit and Sam race, having spent 487 laps in the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix, equating to 2,134 kilometers leading at this circuit and race, which are another 12 records. He's led the most races from start to finish at 23 lights to flag races, and he's also had the most consecutive races with spending at least 1 lap in the lead, leading at least 1 lap from every race from the 2014 Hungarian Grand Prix to the 2015 British Grand Prix. And then finally, he's got the record for the most consecutive races, leading at least 1 lap from his debut, with leading at least 1 lap in his first 7 races, and he's got the most seasons with leading a lap and the most consecutive seasons leading a lap, both at 18, leading a race in every single season he has done so far. In terms of fastest lap records, Hamilton has scored the most fastest laps with a single constructor at 55 fastest laps with Mercedes, and he's claimed his fastest lap at 27 different Grand Prix and circuits, which are also records. He set fastest lap in 17 of the 18 seasons he's done, only failing to score a fastest lap in 2009, but he scored at least one fastest lap in every season from 2010 to the current season 2024 to make it 15 consecutive seasons with a fastest lap, a record he had alongside Michael Schumacher. He's also tied with the German for the most fastest laps at the Sam circuit, with Hamilton taking the fastest lap at Monza 7 times. Schumacher did it 7 times at Barcelona, which means Hamilton also has the record for the most fastest laps at the same Grand Prix, again at 7, and again tied with Schumacher at the Spanish Grand Prix, but also tied with Nigel Mansell at the British Grand Prix. By the way, gonna throw it in there, for more Formula 1 content, why not subscribe? Drop a like if you're enjoying the video, really helps out. I have more content on my channel. Drop a comment, let me know what you're thinking. Let's get back to it now. And on to the points records now. Lewis Hamilton holds the record for the most points ever scored, having taken 4,789.5 points across his F1 career. So far, that is, that number will continue to go up. This is as of the summer break in 2024, by the way, because he ain't anywhere near done yet. And with having scored the most points, he also holds the record for the highest percentage of point scoring races, with 87.57% of the races the Brit has done ending in a points finish. That is 303 races of his F1 career of 346 races ending in points scored. That is, naturally, also a record. Hamilton also has the most consecutive points finishes at 48, and the most consecutive points finishes without sprints, also at 48. Strange stat, but sure, okay. He also has the record for the most seasons with points scored in every race, having scored points in every single race in 2017 and 2019. He's the driver who scored the most points in a single season without ever taking the championship, scoring 387.5 points in 2021. He's also got the most consecutive seasons with points finishes, scoring in all seasons of F1 he's done so far. He's currently in his 18th season. And finally, Hamilton has the record for the most consecutive points finishes from debut, finishing in the points in his first 9 consecutive races in the sport, and he ended that 2007 season with 109 points, which is the most ever scored by a rookie driver. On to podium finishes, Hamilton had the most podium finishes in Formula 1 with 201 podiums, the first driver to reach the 200 podium mark, and he's taken 152 of those podiums with Mercedes, the most podiums with the same team. He stood on the podium at 35 different circuits and 36 different Grand Prix, which are another 12 records, and what's also a record is his 14 podiums at the British Grand Prix, the most at the Sam Grand Prix and at Driver's Home Grand Prix. And when you add his podium finishes in the second Silverstone race in 2020, that makes it 15 podiums at Silverstone, which is the most at a single circuit. He's also got the record for the most consecutive podiums at the Driver's Home race, standing at on the podium at the British Grand Prix every year from 2014 to 2024. Lewis also had the record for the most seasons with a podium finish at 18, having stood on the podium in every single season he has raced in F1, which also gives him the record for the most consecutive seasons with a podium finish, again at 18. Finally, on podiums, after taking 12 podiums in his incredible rookie season in 2007, he had the record for the most podiums in a rookie season, and with 9 of those being in a row from his debut in Australia and his home race in Silverstone, he had the record for the most consecutive podium finishes from debut. In terms of records to do with race wins, he had the record for the most races won in F1, 105 after his recent Belgian Grand Prix win. He broke this record though with his win at the 2020 Portuguese Grand Prix, and he also has the most wins with a single team at 84 wins with Mercedes. He's won the most races for starting on pole position with 61, and he's won at the most different circuits and most different Grand Prix at 31 apiece. However, Max Verstappen is just one behind him for missed wins at different Grand Prix. And with Verstappen yet to claim a race win in Singapore, which is still yet to come this year, we could see that one equaled. Hamilton has the most wins at single circuit and single Grand Prix, with the 2024 British Grand Prix win being his 9th win at Silverstone, taking victory there in 2008, 2014, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20 and 2021 as well. And given that's his home race, he also had the record for the most wins at a home Grand Prix. He had the record record for the most consecutive wins at a single track, with 5 straight wins at the Spanish Grand Prix between 2017 and 2021, held alongside Ayrton Senna, who won the Monaco Grand Prix 5 straight times between 1989 and 1993. Hamilton is tied with Jacques Villeneuve for the most wins in a rookie season with 4, and he's tied with Max Verstappen for the most wins in a single month, also with 4. Something Hamilton achieved in July 2016 when he claimed victory in Austria, Silverstone, Hungary, and Germany. Also in 2016, Hamilton took the record for the most wins in a season without winning the championship, after he claimed 10 wins across the season but missed to win the championship by 5 points to teammate Nico Rosberg. Hamilton is tied with Michael Schumacher for the most consecutive seasons with a race win at 15, having won in every season from 2007 to 2021, Schumacher going from 1992 to 2006, but Hamilton outright holds the record for the most consecutive seasons with a win from debut season. And a final few, all achieved thanks to his most recent wins. Hamilton now outright had the record for the most seasons with a win at 16, and he had the longest time span for his first win and his most recent win, at 17 years and 48 days. At the British Grand Prix, he became the oldest race winner of the 21st century at 39 years, 182 days, and finally Hamilton is the first driver to claim an F1 race win after the 300th race start. And now to the final category here, which is championships. At the 2007 Spanish Grand Prix, Hamilton became the youngest ever championship leader at 22 years, 126 days. A record that is yet to be beaten, and he's spent a total of 126 races as the championship leader throughout his F1 career, which is 36.4% of his F1 career span spent in leading the championship. Well, that is kinda wild. He had the record for the longest time between his first championship and latest championship, that being 12 years between his first in 2008 and his latest in 2020, and finally at the 2020 Turkish Grand Prix, Hamilton tied with Michael Schumacher on 7 F1 World Drivers' Championships, which is the most of any one driver has achieved. It still remains to be seen if Lewis can win that elusive, record-breaking 8th title, but if Ferrari can keep their crap together for longer than 5 minutes, and if he can best Ferrari's golden boy, I could see an 8th title happening. You know, here's something I didn't realize before I made this video. Normally, drivers' records will be listed on their Wikipedia page, you know, just underneath their results, their career, and all that. But Lewis Hamilton has an entirely separate Wikipedia page for listing all his records on. He has so many, he has an entirely separate Wikipedia page of his achievements in Formula 1, in racing, because there is a lot of them. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this one here. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new around here for more Formula 1 content from me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.